And today I will be performing Sonata in F minor, the first and second movement by George Philip Telemann. The interesting aspect about this piece was that most of the phrases start off on the and of the beat.
I make mistakes all the time and I get paid. So, you're not even getting paid. So, hey, that's a win. You played mostly right notes and you're not getting paid. That's pretty cool. Not that it's all about money. It's not all about money. But seriously, it was a good performance. Just to address, that's the first thing that you said. I made some mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. We all, everybody who does this, who's ever sat where you are sitting, who does what I do, who does what he does, who, anybody in this room, we all make mistakes at this stuff. So that's not an issue. The thing that I will say about that, and I'm only going to say one thing about this, is never let your audience see that. Unless you want them to. If you want your audience to be like, oh man, he's frustrated about something, I don't know what that is, then you can let them see that. But if you don't want them to see it, for all they know, you're playing everything perfectly. Because they're not looking at music. I'm looking at music, and I don't even care. Right? I don't care about notes. I tell my students this all the time. I care much more about the overall musical picture. And in general, you have a pretty well-conceived musical picture about this piece. Right? Your sound is there. Your articulations are there. Notes. I don't care. The thing I would say is listen to some Telemann. Listen to some really great performances of it and pick up some of the nuance. Because, as I've mentioned to everyone in here who's played Telemann today, there's a lot that doesn't make it to the page because of the time that this music was written. So there's a lot of interpretive things that you can do that you can just do without the music having to tell you. So you can make all these things choices. When we're talking technically, I would say one thing that is notated here that you can do is to pay closer attention to some of the phrase markings that Telemann writes in. So all those breath marks, all of the slurs, those don't necessarily always mean that you're supposed to take a breath or to slur everything. They're more for phrasing. And you want to at least acknowledge that they're there. It's not to say that you need to play every one of them exactly how it is on the page, but you want to make sure that you know where they are so that it informs whatever it is that you do. The other thing technically that I'll say is that you have a really good grasp and control over your sound, especially at low volume, which is hard to do, especially on a piece like this, which moves right along and has a lot, it has a wide range in terms of notes, you're playing really high, you're playing really low. You want to make sure that you are also exploring the top end of your dynamic space, right? I don't think I heard you really get above a mezzo forte in this whole thing. And forte, though it's not marked excessively, it is marked in some places, and you want to make sure that those spots come out. All right. But overall, really nice performance, and that's what it is. It's the performance, right? People aren't going to remember oh, he messed up that one thing. They're going to remember a good performance or a bad performance, and this was a good performance. You should feel pretty good about that. Cool. Thanks.